One last thing, I don't know if I put it on the list or not, and I don't know if you've looked at this yet or not. Did I? No, I didn't. Have you looked at the, was it Life's Good Android, excuse me, Google TV?
No. I've looked a little bit at the Logitech review, but not...
Sorry, Logitech, not Life's Good. I said the wrong company, my apologies.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the Logitech review, the little set-top box.
Yeah. I don't know. 300's a lot for that.
Oh, I hadn't heard the final price. If it's 300, that's a little outrageous.
Yeah, and supposedly it's going to be...
I've read somewhere, now that I think about it, that there was going to be a subsidized version for people on, like, DirecTV, Dish Network, one or the other. Yeah, it's Dish. They're partnering with Dish. So supposedly there's going to be a subsidized version for Dish, but if you want to just... I think it was 150, 175, something like
which
that.
Which is still a little high. The version... Now, I guess 300 unsubsidized isn't that much, but I'm not sure I see anyone buying that at Best Buy, even though it'll be there. And in some ways, when I look at this thing, I feel like I'm looking at a Microsoft TV. You remember the old MSN TV boxes? You know, they came with the keyboard and
I remember Web TV. I don't remember.
Web TV, thank you. Yeah, they renamed it later, but yeah, it's like kind of what it almost feels like, because at this point there is no Android marketplace in there. There is no any of this stuff. It's basically a very expensive Apple TV that happens to be partnered with a TV network.
And it can search the web.
Yeah, and it can search the web. But at this point, I'm honestly feeling more gimmicky than something anybody should buy this Christmas.
Until it's at least 100% subsidized, or mostly, by cable companies and satellite providers.
Yeah.
Or they drop the price significantly, which they probably won't be doing.
Yeah, well, no, so that's the thing. Like, say you go to DirecTV or Dish or your cable company, there's like, well, here's the box. You're on a 2-year contract, but here's the box. No money out of your pocket. Just sign here. That's $380 if you cancel, by the way. But but sign here. And I always have apprehensions about doing that, because more than once over the holidays, somebody has asked me to sit in, because they either have the satellite or cable person coming over. They're like, you will at least make sure they hook it up right. I'm like, yeah, but I'm a little hesitant to be signing these contracts on your behalf, because I'm signing you into commitments. And they're like, oh, no. I call them up. I'm like, you do realize if you cancel this, it's this much money. So I'm like, okay. Because I don't want them to get mad at me for signing that and locking them into it, because they won't leave till somebody signs that. And it's their credit card it's linked to, not mine. So, I don't know on that. It's honestly, I just feel like this stuff isn't here yet in the grand scheme of things. I wish it was here. It's a great idea. It's been a great idea since 1996 when Time Warner tried to do it. But nobody's just ever been able to get it through their head that this is something you have to give the consumer. The consumer will not buy it. However, if you give it... Yeah, if you give it to them, they will pay the $20 fee for it forever. But you have to give it to them. Like
how much are people paying for set-top boxes right now that are just cable boxes? Some people are paying $5 to $10. Some people are paying even more.
Honestly, it depends on how much competition there is where you are. Some people, it's included in the service, but they're under a contract, so it's free. Other places, it's $5 per box. I know some people that are paying as much as $17 a month for a DVR, which is insane.
That's actually how much I'm paying, but that's also paying the additional amount for the HD channels and the digital channels.
Yeah.
But I'm on cable and it's local and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, but, that still shouldn't be that much. And I don't know if your HD works about like ours, but our HD doesn't really work. It's like you're almost punished for watching the HD channels here. As a matter of fact, you go out of your way not to watch the HD channels because it will crash the box.
Ours works beautifully. We've actually got about 50 HD channels.
You know, and I honestly gotta wonder on some of that with the HD stuff. You know, how many of those are actually HD? And the reason I say that is because what was it? I forget what channel it was, but it was supposedly the HD feed, and they were showing Caddyshack. And I'm like, I don't think cameras were at 720p in 1984. I'm pretty sure they won't. It's like these little weird things like this. I'm like, you know, I'd be better off watching this on the low def feed anyways, because that's what it was. It's because if they didn't film it in HD, there's no point in broadcasting it in HD and using the extra bandwidth and everything else.
Well, the original film is usually higher than HD, and they have to digitize it. And it's possible if they've completely remastered it to get it in HD. It may not be widescreen now.
Well, until recently, about like 8 years ago, there was no standard whatsoever for cinema. It's like it could be anything from 15 by 2 to 16 by 20. It's like they said, this is the aspect ratio we will be using today, and we like it. It was whatever the editor felt like when he cut it all together. Which is just weird, but okay. Like they've started standardizing that some, because it didn't matter when we all had low def 4x3 TVs that weren't right anyways. It matters now. Although, while we're on that topic, does this piss you off as much as it pisses me off that they're broadcasting everything in 16 by 9 but in 4 by 3? You know what I'm talking about? With
the black bars on top and bottom?
Yeah, everything filmed today is supposedly filmed in 16 by 9, but all the stations feel the need to broadcast it in 4 by 3.
They're not actually doing that around here.
Okay.
It must just be a different provider, but on our HD channels, occasionally we have 4x3 things where the channel itself is putting it out 4x3, but
no, I'm not talking about the HD feeds. It's right in the HD feeds. I'm talking about stuff like if you're watching the standard def channel, they're showing it in they're broadcasting 16 by 9 in a 4 by 3 window.
Right.
And I'm like, if you're gonna broadcast it in 16 by 9, broadcast it in 16 by 9. And let it be skewed on people who still have 4 by 3 TVs. Because most people these days have a 16 by 9 TV. Now, I'm not saying this is true the world over, but we're talking about something in the States. So it's one of those things. It's the ultimate gimmick to convince you need HD. And I'm on that, I'm honestly wondering what they're gonna call quad def, because it's like, what's better than high? What is it going to be, super def or something?
2K, 4K.
Yeah, but that doesn't have.
YouTube actually supports 4K now.
So they support the 4 times HD.
Yeah, it's like 4096. I can't remember. I've seen several videos like
1920 by 1080 and times each one by 2. That's like, so it'd be.
We're gonna take, I think it was Commodore 256 who I think watches all these videos, was talking about putting 4 pocket flip cams, not flip cams, but the ZI-8s together and having 4K the poor man's way.
I don't even want to look at the bandwidth bill for that, let alone that's.
Just stream it all to your desktop, and then you wouldn't do anything live with that.
Well, no, not even that. But I mean, honestly, okay, YouTube supports it. Who has a monitor that supports it? What's the point? That's like, at this point.
That'd be a really big monitor.
No, it wouldn't. It'll be.
Think about it. 1080p. You can put on what, 70, 80, 120-inch TV and still have it look really good from a distance.
Yeah. Oh, well, no, that would be Frank's 2,000 million-inch TV or whatever the hell it is.
Awesome. I'll take 2.
You'll take 2. Yes, and a ship of gold to pay for them, right? Okay, I think we've actually gotten through everything, believe it or not. Yeah, it's kind of went all over the place here, but it looks like we got through everything. We did the G2, we did the stuff. Yeah. Okay, anything else to add, or you want to just kind of leave it off there?
I'm good. I'm actually probably going to go film a video.
Alright. Sorry for being all over the place, all. We'll stop this here. Alright, peace out.